Hey bio folks, this is Christy. This is week 6, learning target 5, video 2. Video 1 was for students who are not on learning target 5 and who need to catch up. I have 1 or 2 more things I want to say to those students. So, if you are on sticker 5, that's okay. Just let me speak for the next 2 minutes and then and then we'll move on to learning target 5 in this video. So the last few things I want to say to the students who are catching up, right? We left off the last video on learning target 4. I told you guys to copy all of the to highlight all of the questions, all of the reflection questions. The document looks like this. Reflection questions for learning target 4. Control C for copy, and then you're going to go and you're going to get a new document, and then you're going to Control V for paste. But then I said, oh, it's going to come out all weird and not formatted right, so you're actually going to right click and you're going to say paste without formatting, and then it looks like it should look. You're going to put your name up here. So again, let's say learning target for Russell, right? That's what you're going to put up there. And then you're going to hit share, and you're going to share with me, and then only you and I can see your work, which is what I want. So your job for the 4th target, again, if you go to Schoology, right here, we go to the 4th target, which I think is yellow. It is yellow. You have opened the reflection questions. You make it your own by copying and pasting it and sharing it with me. You read the notes as you watch my videos. Again, this is going to be a tough one to pass if you don't watch the videos. And then that's it. It's just the reflection questions, right? For this unit, there is no quiz. So the only 2 units, guys, that have quizzes are the very first one, the first learning target, and the 3rd learning target. Okay? All right, good luck catching up. So if you are a student who you do not have 4 stickers at this point, you can close out of this video and you can get to work on learning target 1. Good luck, sayonara. I will see you soon. Now, those of you students who are with me and you have 4 stickers, as of right now, 4 stickers, you're trying to work on your 5th sticker, you are in the right place, and welcome to week 6 of online school. I have good news for you folks. So you are where you should be. You're ahead of the game. I've decided that I'm only going to do 1 more target for you, and then that means 5 targets total, and you pass for the quarter. So you are 1 sticker away from being done with bio, so congratulations. So to get started for this week, I want to show you a couple things. What do I want to show you? Let's see here. Well, get rid of this. And all of my stuff is right there. Okay, so I'm going to start this week by showing you the notes. Also, for Schoology purposes, guys, the folder color for this week will be black. Okay, so you'll find all of the notes and all of the things you need in the black file folder this week. I just don't have it up yet. So the first thing I'm going to go over really quick is the notes. I say really quick. I always try to do it really quick. And yes, you will be able to find these notes in that black file folder. Alright, so what we're talking about this week are proteins, and we are going to talk a little bit about the structure and a little bit about the function. I've decided to do a little bit of target 5 and a little bit of target 6 and make it its own unique target, and then we're gonna end the class like that. So I am going to skip this slide because I have already told you if you don't have 4 stickers, I've told you to exit out of this video, and this is only for students that don't have those stickers. Same thing here, so we're going to keep going. All right, learning target 5. So we will be discussing the chemical structure of proteins, what they're made up of, kind of what they look like a little bit. But a review, we already know that the monomer of a protein is an amino acid. You should have that on your biomolecules table at this point. If you don't know what your biomolecule table looks like, well, let me help you out there. Do I have that? Is because we have filled out a lot of this table together, and you should, in week 2 or 3, we went over all of the monomers and all of the polymers, right? So the monomer, the single unit for a protein, is an amino acid, and a polymer is the protein. So that means one protein is made up of connecting amino acids. So we've talked about this quarter. We also talked about this a lot last quarter too with the DNA project we did. Okay, so let me go back to my notes here. So, all right, we've already talked about all that good stuff. So this is all new information. So I'm gonna actually make this a little bit bigger here. Cool. Move my face. All right, so this is the chemical formula for an amino acid. Am I asking you to memorize this stuff? No, I'm not. I'll say it again, no. What I'm asking you to memorize is the names of the different parts of the chemical structure, right? So amino group, R, carboxyl group. These are things that you do want to memorize. So, or not memorize, but be able to find in your notes. So the above image is one amino acid. I want you to be able to recognize the chemical structure. So like you recognize that if you see something and it's in this format, that something is an amino acid. If you see a bunch of these connected to each other, like a bunch of things that look like this and they're all connected to each other, that's a protein. I do want you to know it consists of 3 parts and where those parts are found. So we have an amino group, which is nitrogen, N, and 2 hydrogens. It's over here on the left. We have something called an R group that is typically always pointing to the carbon in the middle. And then you have something called the carboxyl group that's over here, and it's carbon, oxygen, 2 oxygens, and a hydrogen over here, right? Carboxyl is easy to remember because carbon, oxygen, right? So if you can think carbon, oxygen, you can think carboxyl. And the R is the one in the middle, and amino is the one that's left over, right? And in this picture, it's cool because they group them by color. So again, yellow is amino, blue, R, red, carboxyl, right? Okay. Next, maybe, possibly. There we go. How amino acids connect to create proteins. Move my face. Amino acids are linked together by peptide bonds. So this is an amino acid here, this an amino acid here. Hey, Christy, how do you know that they're both amino acids? Well, you see 2 R's. That's my first indicator. If there are 2 R's, that's 2 amino acids because only every amino acid only has 1 little R, right? So this right here is a peptide bond. It connects this amino acid to this amino acid. And when we have a protein, we see a bunch of these connected. So the peptide bond connects the carboxyl group, this guy here, of one amino acid to the amino group of the next, this guy here, right? And there's the peptide bond. All right, so what makes each amino acid unique? The carboxyl group and the amino group are the exact same on every amino acid, okay? The only thing that makes amino acids unique or different from each other is the R group, right? So the R group is in fact different. So here, again, if we look at all of these, they're going to be the same up top. The only thing that's different is the R group. The R group is different. And that's what makes our different amino acids. And remember, guys, we have amino acids naturally in our body. There are a few of them that we have to get in our food, but most of them we create in ourselves. And again, the only thing that's different that makes these unique, so the only thing that would make lysine different from, say, glutamine, is that R group at the bottom, right? Hopefully that makes sense. So again, this up here, the amino group, the carboxyl group, they're both the same for all of these, right? The only thing that's different is where you would see R, which is right here. Okay, so amino acids will link together to form a chain, and that chain is then called a protein. You'll also see it sometimes as polypeptide chain. That, it's fine. Okay, cool. So now let's talk about function just a little bit. So function is actually more you guys this week doing research, but I'm going to briefly go over it. So it says proteins can be classified based off of their function. Again, function means job or role, right? So there are 7 types of proteins, or 7 jobs that proteins can have in the body. These are the 7 jobs. We've got structure, contractile, transport, storage, hormone, enzyme, protection. The only word that may seem weird on this list for you, I think, is contractile, and you can think of contract or contraction, so muscles, right? I'm actually going to stop this video here because it's going to it's going to close out on me in a minute. The next video, I'm just going over the directions for the assignment for the week, so it will most likely be less than 15 minutes. I will see you guys soon in the next video, video 3. Peace!